talk to Matt. All right, so
Let's
just right off the bat, you're not going to threaten to kill us, right? We need to clear those. All right, Matt's not saying that he's not.
Sorry. No, I didn't hear my name be used. So
you're okay. Go right ahead, Matt. It was a joke. It was a bad joke.
That's fine.
The only kind I have.
So I am not anti-vax, though I am not vaccinated specifically because I can self-isolate. But I'm also unemployed right now, losing the last job and trying to find work, and that combination of things has made it more difficult. So I'm kind of trying to hopefully selfishly find a way to signal boost for myself, but also people who are in a similar situation. I have a condition called Stevens-Johnson's. I don't know if Ben knows anything about it. It's pretty rare. But basically,
that's something that we study. We study that in a lot of detail.
Well, I have it. I have a fairly mild version. It's nowhere near 10s, but it is. My face was popcorn the last time I flared up, and the only research I've been able to find on it has been flare-up cases. I haven't found any studies that show, if there's been any studies on people that have it, whether or not the different types of the vaccines are causing flare-ups, only that flare-ups have been caused from vaccines. So I don't have any gauge on how safe it might be for me personally.
Yeah, so let me give my disclaimer of I don't know you personally. I don't know your medical situation. So this is not medical advice. I'm basically going to end up telling you who you can go to. And same for anybody else in the audience. I am not giving you medical advice. If you come see me and my attending at whatever hospital I'm working at, then you can take my medical advice. But this is an interesting issue because, so it sounds like you have a chronic case of Stevens-Johnson. Is that what I'm gathering?
I don't know a whole lot about how it works. I've had one flare-up, and I haven't had one since then. But as I understand things, it's in your genetics, and if something causes it to trigger, then it's bad days. But there isn't really a way.
So SJS is typically associated with medications, and other triggers as well. Most notably, medications like sulfa drugs. Like if you hear someone has a sulfa allergy, that's usually what they're referring to. You can get it from vancomycin, certain antibiotics. Lots of medications will cause it, and we cover it in great detail. It's tested on the medical boards. But basically, my suggestion would be to go talk to an immunologist or an allergist. That they're going to be on the top of your list. And you're bringing up a great point that I really want to communicate to the community. And you're doing the right thing in isolating and making sure that you're not getting in contact with other people. But I do hear, and I'm not calling you out, this is other people that I've seen online. So this is not an attack on you. But I've heard people say that they have a certain medical condition and then using it as a cop-out to not get the vaccine, and then they go about living their lives as they were, or they just don't look into it further. They just say, "Oh, not for me," and then keep using that as an excuse. What really should happen is a lot of people who have an autoimmune condition can get vaccinated. The difference is you should be responsible and talk to whatever specialists that you have because you might need some extra monitoring. So some allergists and immunologists that I know specifically say that they will pretty heavily monitor somebody who they believe can still get the vaccine, who might be at higher risk for some side effects. But that's when you don't just use it as an excuse, say, I can't get the vaccine. You get the extra help. You go to an allergist or an immunologist. They talk to you about your specific case, and then they can work with you on what is an appropriate level of risk with the vaccine, what's an appropriate level of risk without the vaccine, and what you need to do going forward. So there are people to talk to about that. And that's really what I would recommend in this specific case.
Yeah, I probably need to look up my state's public insurance stuff because I've had state insurance before, but I don't have any income right now. So being able to having to spend money on something is not going to be a feasible long thing until I at least find work. I go to the store once a week to buy groceries, and that's it. And I'm masked up and go at midnight when there's basically nobody there. So I'm trying to be as safe as I can.
Right. Sounds like you're doing the right things.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing the right things. And I know that's a tricky situation with insurance and money and stuff. I mean, even if you have a primary care provider that you can see, they might be able to help get you resources and figure out how you can make something work to get a referral. But that'll depend on kind of your situation. But it does sound like you're thinking about it in the correct way.
Okay. And I was just needing somewhere to point myself, because I freak out and get overwhelmed with researching things about myself quite easily. So sign up for insurance.
Oh, definitely.
Ask about an immunologist.
We've all WebMD'd our way into not sleeping at night. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm the worst about that. I'm the absolute worst about that.
I did catch COVID fairly early on at work from, I think, a keyboard. I was being safe, but I have no idea about how the new strains are being on things. So, yeah.
Well, good for you for doing the right things. And I hope that you can get the advice that you need to make sure that you can get it safely. And we will let you go because we have more calls. Everybody wants to talk to us today. Thank you so much for calling, Matt. It was nice to talk to you.
Thank you for the direction.
That's the right thing to do, though. Like, no one ever said that everybody unilaterally is going to be able to get it without any risk. And some people do have increased risk. So I feel for him. I wish he was Canadian so he could go see a doctor.
Right. I hate our system most of the time. Yeah.
I'm like, as soon as he said insurance, I was like, oh, my heart. My heart.
Yeah.